Okay, today I've done a remake, basically, of Behold, I Make All Things New. Now I've done this at a viewer request, and that would be Matt VWK9, who wanted to see all this kind of stuff. The two vortex attachments, halo wave, from a ring magnet to a neodymium magnet. So I redid it last night because everything I've done now is finished and I've explained the whole universe basically. So I'm now up for any kind of viewer requests for any video to be remade that I'd done on my rubbishy old camera phone. Now I've got the GoPro 5. I can do things in 4K, 1080. I'm just doing them in 1080 just now, so that pretty much everybody can watch them. If I do them in 4K, even I can't watch it because I don't have the screen and my computer's just not up to running it either. So if you have a viewer request for a remake of one of my old videos, I'm going to be doing several of them. I'm going to be doing the scroll lock and the inertia line crossover, because basically those are the two things that destroy all magnetic theory, as well as this, which is why it was called Behold, I Make All Things New. The scientific L shows the truth, and that would be the scientific God, who is not just all about, oh, we're all going to heaven, la la la. No, God is the science God, and he smashed it all into my head 3 years ago. So here we are, we're going to do some remakes. So I had my old rubbish phone and I was showing the halo wave on the right, the connection to those, the ring magnet, which is ceramic, and the neodymium magnet, because all magnets attach the same way by scroll lock. You can't really see it on a square magnet, which is why I used the ring magnet. Now, a ring magnet, when it's not attached to a neodymium magnet, looks like this. And as you can see, everything spins into a point. There is no vortex there, no halo wave, nothing, because everything goes into a point. I showed that the thickness of your ferroplate will decide how far away you can see the magnetic field from your magnet. So this is 3 millimeters away, and it goes to a point, and then if I lifted the magnet up, you would see a donut hole appear as the halo wave arrangement spun outwards and around the ring magnet. So that is what a ring magnet looks like when nothing is near it. It goes to a point, and then they all spin off, like if you put your hands together and push your forearms together and hold your hands out like a cup. Now spin your hands 360 degrees, and those are your two leaders, which is a halo wave, which comes around to your thumbs, which you can then grab things with. That's the whole point of thumbs. They are a part of the halo wave, which then rolls into a scroll with your two thumbs, because you are an energy object and you are energy shape driven. But the halo wave does everything, which is your arms, your hands, your fingers, your legs, your feet. That's just how it works. So that is what a ring magnet looks like. And on the other side of that point is a set of hands sticking out, ready to grab the next magnet that comes near it. So here's what is about to happen. I'm going to put, I've got a big ceramic ring magnet, and I've stuck a neodymium magnet on the side of it, on one side of the pole, so there is nothing on the other side, same as the old video. But on the side with the neodymium magnet, those leaders heading into the center of the ring magnets you see on screen, that all changes, because two leaders, two vortices, clockwise and counterclockwise, spin out and grab hold of the neodymium magnet, and the neodymium magnet is doing pretty much the exact same thing, and that is your connection. So let's have a look at my GoPro video, and I'm going to chop it all to bits. I've got 16 minutes, but I've chopped it all down, and we're going to have a look at all the best stuff. My light boxes, my new light box is at a different kind of height now, so I'm really kind of playing around with it. It would be nice to have an adjustable table level for my turntable to move it up and down, but you know, that's the way it goes. So I'm doing this as controlled as I can, but again, my turntable's on an angle, so basically we're going to run through it all, and I'm just going to cut out and into the parts where the halo wave vortices are completely visible. Alright, here we go. Okay, Now I've just changed the entire recording, and I'm going to show you one of these ring magnets plus the neodymium magnet. So they're both neodymium magnets, and I changed the arrangement. All the stuff I was just talking about is at the end of this little bit of video, because the next bit of video I changed the arrangement of how I had the magnets and the turntable so that it was a lot easier to see. So yeah, this is a neodymium ring magnet and a normal neodymium square magnet, because all magnets act the same way. Thanks a lot. Okay, so I start with the arrangement, and I'm going to separate them so you can see everything that's going to go on. So it was a lot easier to place it above the turntable so we can see what's happening. So there we have our first two connections. One circle is rotating inwards, one circle is rotating outwards with the light. So one is clockwise and one is counterclockwise. This is actually a Yin Yang sign. Somebody said, well, no, it isn't, because it's not quite the same. But I'm about to add a second magnet to the other side, and then you're going to have a double Yin Yang. And it's actually quite perfection that the Lord's allowing me to find all this. So I'm just turning the magnet here so that you can see that the wires, as I call them, that are hanging out of a magnet, the hands, they become stretched. So they're bigger there because they're closer, but because it's coming out of the center of the square magnet, when you turn it, it is pulled and stretched to one side even further, because they are a certain size field, and so it's pulled and pushed in either direction. So this is the yin yang side, it's just been pulled to one side. So I keep having to change my plates. So I'm just warming this one up because I'm burning the heck out of them, just so that I can show that there is vortex attachment and that everything that's spinning in there has an end, and so it attaches by vortex. Now you can't see through the square magnet, otherwise you would see the exact same thing happening. So now I'm going to add a second magnet, and then it will become an exact copy of two yin yangs together. Here you can't see it, but now you can. So now you know Yin Yang is a power sign, and Tai Chi is power movements for the body. Now I add a third magnet, and then I'm going to add a fourth. And anybody who knows anything about Mayan or Egyptian or old mythology, I know that this shape I've seen, but I can't think where, because I've only seen it on the internet. But once I add the fourth one, you're going to get a square inside there with 4 yin yang circles, all doing exactly the same thing. Here it comes. And because my plate's burnt, I'm going to have to change it, as you can see. So here we go again. So there's yin yang, there's double, and now if I rearrange that, that would be a treskel. We'll see that in a minute when I take it apart. And yeah, that's friends playing in the background. So there we go, look. It's a dice, 4. That's quite the picture. So anybody who's into old mythology, I know that you've seen that, because I've seen it, but I can't think where. I think it's Mayan, but I'm not sure. So now I'll take one off. No, we're going to watch it for a bit more. So now I'm going to move it so it's equal. And there we have 3 vortex connections to 1 vortex. So thanks to Matt VWK9 for his viewer request. It's turned out very well. Thanks Matt, great idea. And so there we go, we finish off with the Yin Yang. Thanks for watching. There's another 2.5 minutes showing the ceramic magnet and other videos that I've made confirming that I've mentioned all this kind of thing before, but now with the magnets and the arrangement that I'm using, it's very easy to show that all magnets connect by a vortex, and so my halo wave has proven to be absolutely true and faithfully given by God to me. Thanks very much. My name is Lee, I follow the Christ, and I'm showing you all the things he showed me. Thanks, Bat. Now, just before we go anywhere, just a quick rundown of old videos. I've got Tesla's fluid diode there, which is a halo wave. You've got smoke travel on the left there, which is the same as Tesla's fluid diode, which is a interconnected, interlinking halo wave. And then you've got your scarab beetle on the right, which is a halo wave. So you're actually going to see, like the scarab beetle, you're going to see that red circle at the top, except it's going to be black. So it's going to look like a diamond ring on the ring magnet at some points. So it isn't like I've just sort of pointed this out in magnetism. I've done it through history, mythology, and all realms and medias of science. So here we go. As you can see already, you've got your two vortices following the neodymium magnet around, because that's what it's doing. So I'm just going to let it run now, and I'll just point out a few things that are there or coming up. So I'm going to be going from vertical to horizontal, checking out all different angles. So there we go, Matt. That's for Matt VWK9. This is all the halo connection, double vortice in GoPro 5 4K 1080p. Okay, this is going to appear in a minute, but in black. The wings and the circle, but they'll be black. And there it is, you see it? We got wings coming around and a circle of dark. That's what that is. So there we go. That was nice to see. It's in again, I just don't know where. But I thought I'd point it out just then, because it's there. So I'm just experimenting with different heights. Again, there it is.